So what the heck is a quick hitch anyway, and why are these better than the competition? Find out in today's video. Folks, how we doing? I am super excited. I love it when we release new products. And we have our Fast Cat, our GWT Fast Cat I quick hitch. Now the GWT Fast Cat II is not here yet, but it's gonna look just like this, but made for Cat II tractors. So let's go through this today. We've long recommended the Speeco quick hitch. Great quick hitch, all right? Been in the market, been on all of our tractors for the last several years at least, maybe longer than that. We've been selling these for a long time, and for good reason. A lot of great qualities about them that we've gone over, but there were some things that we couldn't control because we didn't own Speeco. I know some of you thought we did, but we didn't. I don't like not controlling things, and so we did something about it, and it took a while. Things normally do, but here you are. You're gonna see it. These are from the first batch of our own production quick hitch, and I am gonna tell you all about it, the improvements that we've made, and why it's the best quick hitch on the market. And again, I wanna reiterate, in case you didn't hear me the first time, this is not a bad quick hitch. The Speeco is a very good quick hitch. Still recommend it. Think it's good, but again, we wanna control what we can, and you're gonna see that with Good Works Tractors, every part of our business, where we can take control of whether it's the manufacturing process or if we can improve a product in general, or even our customer service or the way of doing business on our website. We're never going to just sit on our heels and just be content with the way things are. We want to always be better than everybody else out there and do what we can to control that. So what the heck does a quick hitch actually do? Well, it makes hooking up and disconnecting from 3-point attachments a lot easier. And you know, there are some small light attachments that you can hook up to the 3-point and it's not the end of the world, right? But I'm telling you, if you change out or if you have a lot of rear attachments, it just saves so much time. And they are the best selling product that we have by far. Quick hitches are sold by volume probably, I don't know, 5 to 8 times, maybe 10 times more than any other product that we sell. They're incredibly popular, they're incredibly useful. And again, with the versatility of adding ballast weight on the side too, on top of just being ballast weight and making life easier, we're gonna show you later in this video how easy it is just to put those hooks right underneath an attachment and connect to that thing. And then when you wanna disconnect, if you think about it ahead of time too, you can pull these levers open and then it's just ready to drop down on the ground in place wherever you're gonna put it. I mean, it really saves a lot of headache, a lot of time. There's been a lot of hot summer days or even cold weather in the winter where you're either sweating to death and you're frustrated, or you're freezing and your hands are hurting, and you just want the dumb thing to hook up with a regular 3-point where you get set up with a quick hitch and quick hitch compatible equipment. Man, don't take my word for it. Folks, those of you that have a quick hitch already, would you please let folks know in the comments what you think about it, if it's really worth it or not. Now, one of the most critical features of a good quick hitch, in my opinion, is a direct pin fitment on these lower links, all right? And that's what you have here, just like on the Speeco, and that's just about it on the market. I think Kubota does have one. Kubota's quick, or Lampride, that quick hitch is what, $500-600 folks? You tell me. It's astronomical. So this is darn near half the price. But you're gonna have that, so no bushings required. You don't need to put a bushing up here. This is oversized on purpose just to make it a little bit easier to slide down in there and fit in place. Never used a bushing on the top link, you don't need to, and no bushings required on the bottom links either. And bonus info for you, when we have our Cat II, gonna be the only one on the market with an adjustable top hook. All the other Cat IIs are welded in place. Still gonna have fast change pins, gonna include the top link pin, and it's also gonna be direct pin fitment. You're not gonna need bushings. The only one on the market for a Cat II that does not use bushings on the hooks. Folks, we are proud to be sponsored by Rimguard Solutions, a liquid ballast weight. It goes right inside your tires, completely hidden. We're big on safety on this channel. These tractors are just too light and tippy right out of the factory. Not only is it gonna help with safety, keeping those rear tires planted on the ground, it helps with loader efficiency and traction too. The benefits of Rimguard include being the heaviest all-natural liquid ballast weight on the market. It's not gonna corrode your rims like the old calcium chloride. It's not gonna freeze, and it's available at over 1,000 dealers nationwide. Find the dealer near you at rimguardsolutions.com. Okay, so without further ado, let's go over the most obvious difference in our Fast Cat I quick hitch versus the Speeco, and that's gonna be the color. And now, since the very beginning of time, the very first batch that we had of the Speeco Cat I quick hitch was black. Okay, it was this quick hitch, but black. And that was a manufacturing error from Speeco. Yep. And so from that point on, after we went through that initial batch of black, we had red quick hitches, and I have asked for years to get black, and then to get green. And then the company was sold. And then I asked the new owners, can we get black? Can we get green? Can we get something besides red? People don't want red. They beg us. They tell us that they won't buy a quick hitch from us unless we can give it to them in another color. Eventually, Speeco came out with those other colors, but that was too late for us at that point. We were already down the road of doing something about it after asking for so many years, so much time. And so we'd already gone down the path of coming out with our own quick hitch that was black and green. And who knows, maybe we offer one in orange or blue, or maybe we have a limited run of red for folks that actually want one for a red tractor, but the vast majority don't have red and they don't want it. Now that said, we are using a manufacturer who has already been supplying John Deere, Caterpillar, and a couple of other companies too, with all sorts of components for their machinery, both on the agricultural side and the construction side too. So this is a top tier supplier for those manufacturers, and so we're very confident with them. And it's not the first product we've got from them, but it's the most, this isn't even complex, but this is the most complex product that we've got from them so far. And so what does that mean? Obviously these look very similar, and they need to. Part of the requirement of a quick hitch is to be standardized, both with the quick hitch side of things and then the attachment side of things. You have to fit within a certain parameter, certain dimensions, left to right, certain dimensions up and down, in order to make the whole system work. And so every attachment out there is not quick hitch compatible, but the vast majority are. You will sometimes see foreign companies that don't realize the importance or the value of being quick hitch compatible, because in Europe, for example, they're really not a thing. And I think that's going to change over the next 5 to 10 years. They're going to become a lot more prevalent over there. And then there's other cheaper manufacturers, perhaps, that don't put the R&D into it or the research of any kind just to realize that this is a beneficial factor. So when you're manufacturing something, it's not hard. It's not going to drive up the cost to make something quick hitch compatible. You just have to put the components in the right locations. And so a couple of the other reasons that we chose to go with this manufacturer is they take a lot of pride in their workmanship, and you'll be able to notice that too with both improved weld quality. There's quite a few sections that are welded together, so you're going to see improved weld quality across the board, as well as improved paint quality across the board too. And okay, so for the rest of the improvements, they're all kind of up in this area here. And so if we start with the handles, number one, our grip is going to be a little bit longer. It's a little bit nicer to use, so it's a bit of an improvement there. The pin that goes through here connecting the handle, okay, to the latch assembly is actually a little bit longer. That was something that we struggle with once in a while in shipment, because these things do bounce around. We pack them in really well in a box and expandable foam and everything else, but even so, these pins on the Speecos, they're a little bit shorter, and so they would fall out once in a while. And so we'd have to send out replacement pins if folks couldn't find them in their packaging or that kind of thing. So I think we're going to reduce that slight headache by having this slightly longer pin here too. And then two really cool things that are right on the center hook area. All right, number one, the Speeco does not come standard with a top link pin, all right? Ours does. This is included now. It's about a $20 value. And then we include quick change or fast change pins for your top hook. You're gonna notice all the different holes here, because that is one of the variables, I wish it wasn't, but it is within the specification of being quick hitch compatible. This height from the lower hook to the upper hook on your 3-point can be flexible within about a 3-inch range. And so you have additional holes. While most attachments do line up with this bottom set of holes, you may need to adjust it up and down if you have various attachments from different manufacturers that go with a different design element. You're going to notice on that Speeco, we paid a bunch of money to get some fast change pins, because they normally come with a bolt that you need to wrench it off, or 2 bolts I should say, to wrench them off. Here we're including these fast change pins, about a $30 value on there. As far as warranty goes, you're going to have a 2-year warranty on the Fast Cat through Good Works Tractors versus a 1-year warranty on the Speeco. Weight, pretty similar, 70 pounds on the Speeco versus 72, so it's a little bit heavier on the GWT Fast Cat. And again, think of this as like a suitcase weight, a 70-pound suitcase weight. It helps. It's a start in the right direction on getting your ballast weight. And of course, on that note too, these are compatible with our hitch hangers that we offer, another GWT exclusive, so you can mount those on either corner. We actually took them off, that's why you see a few scuff marks on here, just to show you the quick hitch a little bit better. But hitch hangers, you can put up to 6 70-pound suitcase weights, 3 on either side. So that keeps the 3-point open to be able to still use a box blade, a rake, a mower, whatever the heck you want on here, and get some additional ballast weight for stability. And we're actually gonna put this Fast Cat on our Coyote. We just got it out here, so I figured we'd show you how to do that in a video. All right, so something that I wanna point out, all right? We get a lot of questions about, will this work on my tractor? So if you have a Category 1 3-point hitch, like what you have on this Coyote, for example, and pretty much all 1 through 4 series tractors are Category 1, you will start to see some exceptions when you get to Series 4, like the John Deere 4 Series, the Kubota Grand L Series, but actually our Coyote DK that I've got inside the barn there came out with Cat 2 endlings on it. We actually swapped those out for Cat 1. It's just a compact tractor is really going to use Cat 1 size attachments, so having Cat 2 on there just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, generally speaking. But what you're looking for is the ball end. Okay, this is the ball end of your 3-point arm. The diameter, okay, all the way across here has to be narrow enough to fit inside this pocket. This whole ball end here has to fit. It's got to be narrow enough to fit in between these 2 pieces of steel. A Category 2 will not fit in between here, and so that's why it won't work. There's exceptions to every rule, and that's why we put the diagrams in the listing, because you're going to see some Cat 1, Cat 2 quick hitches, or 3-point hitches. You're going to see some utility tractors, large compacts that will have a Category 2 on here, which is the inside opening where the pin goes through. That's size for a Category 1, but you'll see some that are sized for a Category 2 that are still narrow enough to fit inside a Cat 1. So you can put a sleeve on here. You can make it work, all right? But you can't make it work if this ball end is too wide to fit in this gap, all right? That's the critical component. I like to point that out anytime we do a quick hitch video, because I can understand why it would be confusing, but I think visualizing it just helps make more sense. And so I'm going to pick this up, and you're going to see it's going to slide right over there. Okay, so it fits. All right, fits right on there, and I'll just kind of rest it on here a little bit. And then actually we'll put the top link on first, because that'll help give a little bit of stability. Okay, and again, same thing with the top link. This is a ball that's inside there, okay, that swivels around. That's how you get some flexibility when the attachment's being used. It's got to fit down in there. A Cat 2 will not fit down in that slot, okay? So get that in there. Boom. There's our pin. Put that through. Actually stole the top link pin that this came with and used it on something else, so that's why I'm just using another one, but they will all come with the top link pin. And then I'm going to just pick this side up, put it through. You can see how this little lip that's on here just kind of helps hold that in place. And then I'll just pin it down there. Then I'll lift this side up, so you don't have to hold 72 pounds in the air really for very long. Put that one through, because it's supported by so many other points. And that's easy. And you're going to notice something else I pointed out too. You don't always want to put this as low to the ground as possible when you're hooking it up. I don't know why exactly. I've just found that raising the 3-point up so it's kind of level, those arms are almost level or close to it, tends to make it the easiest, I don't know, location to hook up your quick hitch on there. But really, now that this thing's on here, I doubt I'm ever going to take it off. The Speeco stayed on here since I bought the tractor. That was the first time I've taken that off, and this probably will stay on here from now on too. All right, so we got that hooked up just fine. I forgot how nice it is to have a hydraulic top link, because that's the one thing, when you get back there and you hook up your lower links, sometimes that top link, depending on how it's sitting on the ground, you know, this plane of your quick hitch isn't always exactly what it is on your attachment. And so having a hydraulic top link allows you to do that right from the operator's seat. I'm just pushing a handle forward or backwards to extend or retract that top link there to line up perfectly. Of course, if you didn't have a hydraulic top link, you just get out and adjust, you know, you lengthen or shorten manually your top link on there. You need a rear remote, and then you need the hydraulic top link, all right? So if you want to get either one of those, if your tractor doesn't have it, go to Summit Hydraulics website. You're going to use code GWT. They're one of our discount club partners. Basically, they're just vendors that we partner with to go buy directly on their website, products that we believe in, but we don't necessarily want to carry all the inventory. So it works out great. You get a discount, we get a commission then because of that discount code, and then you get the product at a lower price. You get full manufacturer support, yada, yada, yada. So that's what you see here. Multiplier on there if you want that. Third functions, all that kind of stuff at Summit Hydraulics. Okay, so now we got that hooked up. You don't even have to open these handles to hook it up. These will essentially detent in and allow the pin to slide down in there, but they're not gonna come out unless you pull the handle open. Don't worry, nothing's gonna fall out right now. But this is what I mean when I mentioned earlier that if you think about it, when you're off your tractor, you know, open those handles. That way, when you want to go back and set it down, maybe you're switching attachments, right? You want to take this one out and then go hook up to something else. You can do that without one extra step of getting out of the tractor. So we've done that. We'll go ahead and set it down, and then that's the process of hooking up and unhooking. But you can see you don't have to pull a pin out of each 3-point arm and try to prop it up to get the weight off because it's jammed in there. I'm telling you, man, especially with the larger and heavier that you get with attachments, the more of a pain and time consuming, and it almost gets to the point where you don't want to do it, and so you just put it off until maybe another day just because it's a pain to do. So anyway, there we go. Lower it down. Get it there. And we're good to go. Bada bing. Anyway, GWT exclusive, the Fast Cat I quick hitch, all right? Go to goodworkstractors.com or tractortools.com, takes you to the same place. You get that, you get all sorts of tractor tools for your tractor. Well, we sell stuff for ATVs, UTVs, skid steers as well. But our bread and butter is attachments. All these products that you see out here are things that we've done videos on, and then some. Well, I guess we don't have any video on that Genesis seed drill. I used that this year though, planted my corn, planted my switchgrass. That's gonna take 3 years, they say. It's coming in pretty good. I'm getting off track. Beautiful day out right now. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by, and until next time, stay safe. We'll see you soon.